Welcome back. It is Wednesday, August 9th, and the MLB. Our 5 favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. Let's recap yesterday. Trey Turner, our winner of the day, 2+ bases in game 1. Got to take it in game 2. The man smacked up. We only ran it in game 1. Now, our other 2 picks, we had Cubs -1.5. They ended up winning by 1. Had plenty of chances to get that second run for us. Just went 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. And then the Diamondbacks +0.5 in the first 5. They just could not get anything going. Ended up scoring some late runs and covering the +1.5 whole game, but didn't get anything going. We just have not been able to get those game picks going. So today we got a lot of player props, and I'm just going to dive right in. We don't really have anything else to promote, except for, I guess, we do have a Dimers parlay, hit parlay of the day. We've been doing really well on these, hitting 3 of the last 4. It's going to be the top link in the description. Go check it out. It won't be any of the hitters we talk about today, but it's 3 hitters we really consider betting something, whether it's their bases or just them in a hit parlay. And the number 2, it is a Wednesday, which if you haven't checked out our second channel, we have a new video every Wednesday over there. It's just my name, Austin O'Connell, and we got a video of us going to Yankee Stadium. It's a really cool video. Check it out. It's also linked down below and at the end of the video, and you can go subscribe to that channel. But Logan, let's dive in. I'm just going to hit this one off first. A big time game. It's going to be the Orioles. I'm wearing my Mountcastle jersey because his ball he hit in the first inning still hasn't landed today. But I'm actually going to the other team, and I'm taking Yordan Alvarez over 1.5 bases +105 on BetMGM. Now, I hope the Astros lose here because we're Orioles fans for Ryan. We like to support his team, and they got absolutely wrecked yesterday by Kyle Tucker, grand slam in the 9th. If you had Orioles money line, I feel for you today, and hopefully they bounce back and win. But maybe Yordan can get 2+ bases, and if you honestly had Yordan 2+ bases yesterday, you're in pain too, as he crushed some baseballs yesterday. He only had a single to show for it. He had a 400-foot single. He had a 396-foot flyout that was robbed at the wall. It could have been a home run by Mateo. Had a 340-foot line out. I mean, every ball he hit yesterday had a +600 or better expected batting average. Just only one single to show for it. And I think he bounces back today. I like taking lefties in Oriole Park at Camden Yards just because a little bit easier for lefties to pull at the right field than it is for righties to pull at the left field, given how the wall has been pushed back. And I just think he's going to bounce back there. You look at Yordan. He's played in 11 games since his return. Does have a hit in 10 of those 11, and he has 2+ bases in 6 of 11. If you want to go for value or you're hunting for value, I wouldn't mind betting maybe a half unit on him to get a double and maybe a home run as well, because normally that's the pathway to victory here. You rarely see Yordan get 2+ singles, but no my luck if I were to put a half unit on double and a half unit on home run. He's coming out hitting like 2-3 singles, and I'm just going to be shaking my head. But let's talk about Yordan, who he's going to face. It's going to be Jack Flaherty, who actually had a very good start with the Orioles in his first start with them. Obviously traded from the Cardinals. And this is the guy that's going to throw a lot of fastballs 40% of the time, and a 25% slider, 20% curveball. You look at Yordan's splits versus those, a 289 batting average versus the 4-seamer with about a 68% hard hit percentage, a 311 batting average versus the slider, and only a 190 versus the curveball. I wouldn't be surprised if Flaherty does throw, Yordan some curveballs, but you can't just spam curveballs to a guy like this. He'll time one up eventually. So I think at the end of the day, we look at a guy like Yordan has a very low whiff percentage against the fastball. Obviously his favorite pitch. I think we're going to see him come get dialed in. Also Flaherty, I like to target a lefty against him. He's allowing a 310 batting average to lefties this year. Hasn't allowed a ton of home runs, only 10 on the year, but 7 of them have come to lefties. I think with Kyle Tucker hanging out right behind him, the guy that just, obviously hit a home run to win the game for the Astros, I think they're going to obviously have to pitch to Yordan. So give me it for 2+ bases, over 1.5, +105. Love getting that plus value. We'll take it. But Logan, where are you going for your first pick of the day?
Yeah, my first pick's pretty predictable. I'm going to Trey Turner, over reliable, and I'm taking him over 1.5 total bases. +110 odds on BetMGM's currently your best value here. Now, I mentioned this before. You got a line shop on base props because I'm getting +110 here. I know on FanDuel it's not even plus value, so I would consider playing this to probably no higher than -120 if it does get juiced throughout the day. But quietly, Trey Turner is becoming an auto bet against his old team. Yes, he used to play for the Nationals. Trey Turner has now recorded 2+ bases in 4 straight games and 5 of 8 games against Washington this year. I've mentioned it before. Like we caught Trey Turner as he was heating up. I said he finally looks right. He doesn't have the whatever tick was going wrong with him earlier. And he faces the lefty Mackenzie Gore today. Against Gore, Trey is 3 for 6, hitting 500 with 2 of those being doubles. So a double obviously cashes this, but if he wants to get it through singles, that's good as well. Against the Phillies as a whole, Mackenzie Gore, 385 opponent's batting average. There are several hitters with good splits against Mackenzie Gore. I just like Trey Turner because I know him and I know his hitting style a little bit better. If you want to go with the Alec Boehm, if you want to go with the Harper or any of those guys, I fully support that because they do see Gore pretty well. And I like that Turner can get this done by one double or two singles. He's kind of the opposite of Yordan Alvarez. Yordan is like a double or home run type of guy. Trey Turner has the speed to beat out infield singles. He did that yesterday in game 2 of the doubleheader, where he did have a single that he beat it out through his speed. Over his last 3 games, Trey's hitting 364. We knew after his slump he'd heat back up. No reason to go away from him today, in my opinion. Getting plus value on them. And in game 2 yesterday, Trey was in the 4 spot. I'm still waiting on the manager to move him back up to his permanent top half of the order kind of thing, because prior to that he was in the 7th spot. So it's like, I don't know where he's going to end up today. I honestly don't really care. Trey Turner is shown to be matchup proof, and I think he once again gets it done for us today. So I'm going to go ahead and take him over 1.5 bases. But Austin, what else you got for us?
Yeah, I'm going to go to a good old-fashioned hit parlay. Like I talked about, we have one on dimers with another 3 hitters. We're just targeting some later games, so you have plenty of time to lock it in, but it's the top link in the description. This one's not going to be any of those guys. It's going to be Luis Arraez of the Marlins and Corey Seager of the Rangers, each to record a hit, -121 on Bet365. Now, if you're on FanDuel trying to find Corey Seager to get a hit, I don't know why they only have 2+ hits and 3+ hits in as the market. They should be able to put up that hit market eventually, so you'll have that ability to do that. Now, if you're on DraftKings, you have the same game parlay them, since they're both going to be at 1.5 hits. I would just add the safest leg you could find, like Rangers +4.5, or maybe the Marlins +4.5, and I'd take it there. But let's talk with this one, because Arraez would have made our dimers.com hit parlay, but he starts early, and so does Seager. We like to target later starts so people have time to post it, just because it takes some time to get the article live. But you look at Arraez, batting .370 on the year. We know how good he's been, and he went hitless yesterday, 0 for 4. The last time he went hitless in back-to-back games, you have to go back to June 14th. So it's been a minute. He's going to get Graham Ashcraft for the Reds. We know Ashcraft is hittable. He's not, a guy he will walk some guys here and there, but we know how talented Arraez is. I'm confident he can come out here, get us a single, get it done easily. Also on the road, so it actually moved into the 2 spot yesterday, which maybe messed with his flow, but I still think he'll be able to get it done today. Luis has been so good this year. We're counting on him. Now, Corey Seager's the other guy. I was very, very close to taking him for 2+ bases, so if you want to take him for that, I wouldn't blame you. This guy's been scorching hot. I just was going to throw him in here just because I think he can get it done. This guy, like Arraez, batting .353 on the year, .385 since his return from injury a few weeks ago, and he has 2+ hits and 3 straight. The Athletics are looking like they're going with the bullpen game, which their bullpen's not honestly too good. So Seager should have plenty of chances here. Similar to Arraez, he's actually batting in the 2 spot basically all year long. He's going to get 4 plate appearances on the road, and likely with a good chance at 5 against that A's bullpen type game. So end of the day, I'll take my chances with Arraez and Seager, 2 of the best hitters, 2 guys hitting over .350 on the year to get at least 1 hit. They're on the road, so we don't have to worry about them not batting in the 9th. Both should be in the lineup today. One starts at 12. I think the other starts at 3 or so. So let's get it done. Let's go 1-0 to start the day, and then hopefully our other 4 picks cash. But Logan, what's your second play going to be?
Yeah, I got another base prop, and hopefully this one hits as well. I'm going to a failed Dinger Tuesday play. I'm taking Rafael Devers over 1.5 bases. -120 odds on Bet365 is currently your best value. I would play this to probably 130. Not much probably higher than that. I mean, when you're looking at base props, it's really like, do you love the matchup? If you love the matchup, then you will pay just a little bit more juice, and that's kind of what we're doing here. Earlier there's a lot of books that were slow to give us Red Sox lines. So if your book doesn't have one, I don't know, just potentially wait on that. Rafael Devers does have a really great matchup versus Jordan Lyles today. Against Lyles, Devers 6 for 17, 353 with 2 doubles and a home run. Obviously, the doubles and home run, that's how we cash a bet like this. Against Lyles also. Or against lefties, Lyles allows us 271 opponent's batting average and 13 home runs, 847 OPS. I mean, come on, guys. I call Jordan Lyles batting practice for a reason. I mean, it's disrespectful, but it's also true. On the road, Lyles has a 7.56 ERA and a 294 opponent's batting average. Austin and I saw this guy in person his last start, and I was like, come on, man. He just can't miss bats. And if you can't miss bats, I have to take props against a guy like that. And at home, Rafael Devers hitting 283 this season after going hitless last night, unfortunately for us, right? Because we had his home run prop in our Dinger Tuesday promo. I expect Devers to bounce back today. And with the total set to 10.5, there should be several run opportunities and extra base hit opportunities for Rafael Devers and the Red Sox today. I don't think you could go wrong pretty much picking any Red Sox hitters, but I do like Rafael Devers because I know he knows how to hit at Fenway, and I know he knows how to get those extra base hits there. So I do really like him. But Austin, what else we got?
Yeah, I mean, I love to play him. We watched Lyles on last Friday, and that man, every hit ball was just scorched. You could hear the bank crack, and it was just going to the wall or into the bleachers. So love Devers today, hitting one in the right field in Fenway. But our fifth and final play of the day, then we'll wrap it up. It's actually going to be a pitcher prop. It's going to be Max Fried of the Atlanta Braves to record a win, plus 105 on DraftKings. Now, before I give pivots for people that don't know how to record a win, this is what Fried needs to do. He needs to at least pitch 5 innings and do that and at least pitch decently. He needs to pitch 5, but he also needs the Braves to be winning when he exits and never relinquish that lead. So if maybe he exits with the Braves lead at 6-2 and then some bullpen guy comes in and gets the game tied at 6-6 in like the 8th inning, then we'll lose this bet. But I'm really confident Max Fried can get it done here today, and this is probably going to get some pretty good line movement, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was plus money when the first pitch comes around. But my pivots, I would look at maybe a Fried K prop plus Braves money line as like an alt thing. I don't really like betting K props, but if you can get 4 or 5 strikeouts in Braves money line, I wouldn't play that for a full unit like I am here, but I still am confident Fried can get it done. And he returned from injury just a couple games ago, and he threw 6 innings pitched, scoreless against the Cubs, 3 hits allowed, 8 strikeouts. I mean, he picked up a win pretty easily there. And my concern here for Fried would be him to pitch 5+ innings because we obviously need him to throw 5. He is a guy that's probably on a pitch count. They're not going to let him throw 110 pitches today. He did throw 72 in that last start. I imagine they let him throw, close to 80, and I think that might be enough to get it done. At least get us 5 innings, maybe 6 against this Pirates offense, which actually has been good in this series, but I just don't trust consistently. Now, you look at the Braves yesterday, they stormed back for a win, and they beat the Pirates in the 9th inning. And while I wouldn't count as a win here today for Fried, I like that the bats, turned around. I mean, this is a team that we know can score runs and score runs in a hurry. And you look at Fried, he's been as good as it gets this year for this Braves offense. 1.69 ERA and a 0.97 whip in his last 5 starts, recorded a win in 3 of them. So, hopefully that becomes 4 of 6. Like I said, he just did return back from injury. But you look at this Pirates team over the last 2 weeks, they've been struggling versus lefties. Second worst batting average at 0.164 versus lefty-handed pitchers. And Fried, obviously a lefty, going to come in here and he's going to hopefully lock them down. He's had some experience against these Pirates bats, 50 total plate appearances, a 26% strikeout percentage, and a 0.181 expected batting average. Now, unfortunately, it does not appear Ronald Acuna, who left yesterday's game with he was hit by a pitch. It looks like x-rays are negative, so he should be back, but probably not today. I wouldn't be surprised if Ronald Acuna is out of the lineup, but we know how talented the rest of the Braves lineup is. I mean, they get so much production from the bottom half of the lineup that missing Acuna is a blow, but I still do think they'll be able to get it done against Quinn Priester, the young pitcher who's going to start for this Pirates team. You look at his ERA, 8.69 and a 1.78 whip. In his 4 starts, we've seen him allow 7, 4, 5, and 3 earned runs. So if we can get Fried to lock it down and them to get some runs up on Priester, I like your chances. You look at Priester also giving up some free base runners, 2, 3, 6, and 3 walks in his 4 starts. Yeah, when you're facing a team like the Braves, I would recommend not walking guys and giving them free base runners. Just a team with firepower from 1 through 9. This is why this offense is, up at the top of the league in terms of runs scored per game. I certainly think they can get it done. They are minus 260 on the first 5 money line, minus 1.5 favorites on the first 5 money line, and minus 2.5 favorites on the full game run line. Now, yesterday, if you bet the run line, minus 1.5, they came back and came in clutch for you in the 9th. I think this is the rubber match of the series. I see the Braves coming out and starting strong. I think they'll get the Priester, and hopefully Fried can hold it down for 5 innings, get us a lead, and hopefully the bullpen can keep that lead for the rest of the game. I really like this one at plus 105. I think it's a no-brainer. We'll take it, and that'll be our 5th and final play of the day. But as always, we appreciate you guys for watching the videos. Have a great Wednesday. Hopefully these player props, which have been what we've done really well on in the past week or so, hopefully they can stay hot and get us some more winners. But like I said, parlay of the day, linked on the screen. Go check it out. And if you want to subscribe to the second channel, also linked on the screen. I'll put the video when it gets posted, probably around noon or so, maybe a little later in the afternoon. You'll see it of us touring Yankee Stadium and having a good time. So let's have a great day. Let's have a great Wednesday. Bring out the 5-0 broom. We'll see you guys back again tomorrow. Peace.